never seen a man not afraid to die. Gave his life for a dream. Born hustler, so the game conceived. A caged beast, but now I'm free. How can you blame me? I was born for this, the game chose me. Ready. My whole clique since '06 was on the bottom, now we running this. Grind hard when the load gets heavy. The money was slow, but now it's steady. You boys is not ready.
Our thanks go to sponsors and partners, without whom this event would not be possible. Funding partner, UK Sport. Official partner, Speedo. Official suppliers, Lumi. Merthyr Pools. Malmston. Supporting partners, Sport Systems. Marketing Sheffield. Sheffield International Venues.
Your starters for this evening's session are, for the men's events, Sam Chadwick. For the women's events, Andrew Humphreys. Your referees for this evening's session are, for the men's events, Tom Baster. And for the women's events, Susan Harrison. Officials, you may be seated. Describing every single inch of the action here at Ponds Forge. And Jonathan, what have we got coming up this evening?
First and foremost, we've got the men's 1500 metre freestyle timed final. It'll be the 8th and final heats of that event. Just already had 7 heats of that in the previous session. And I'm just sat here at the moment working out the permutations of what is required from the swimmers in that 8th heat for them to win gold, silver or bronze in their respective age groups. It's a bit like the final day of the Premier League season. Unsure of what's going to happen, but certainly a lot that could in the 8th heat, which is on its way in a few moments' time.
Surprised you remember what the Premier League's like as a Wednesday fan? That's a topical joke around here.
The wounds are firmly still open, Steve.
Do make sure you keep up with our hashtag tonight, ladies and gents. Really been enjoying your interaction today with hashtag SummerChamps16. Let us know who you're supporting, who you're cheering on, where you're watching from if you're around the world as well. We've had some amazing locations. Do let us know where and how you are watching us here in Ponds Forge. Can we please have a coach from Sevenoaks to the Amiga Suite, please? That's a coach from Sevenoaks to the Amiga Suite, please. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, not too long to go. You can see the athletes on the blocks, near the starting blocks, and certainly getting ready for the first race. That's coming up for you very, very shortly. The only question I've got for you, ladies and gents, swimmers, coaches, spectators, is, are you ready? A few of you are. It's good to hear. I think we should try that one more time, ladies and gents. One more time, the swimming coming up in about 10 seconds' time. Are you ready? Well, without further ado then, ladies and gentlemen, let's kick off the action this evening. We start with event 351. This is the Men's Open 1500 meter freestyle, heat number 8. And away we go, the fastest heat of the men's 1500 meter freestyle. In lane 0 from Loughborough University is Jack Beister. In 1 from the city of Sheffield, Samuel Budd. In 2 from the city of Glasgow, that's Chris Lowther. In 3 from Royal Wolverhampton School, Tom Derbyshire. In 4 from Loughborough University, Caleb Hughes. In 5 from Bath University, that's Jay Lelliott. In 6 from Hatfield is Nathan Hughes. In 7 from Newcastle is Thomas Howley. And 8 from South Lanarkshire is Angus Barr. And in lane 9 from Swansea Aquatics is Cameron Croot. Fairly even start to this race, as you may expect. Plenty of time, plenty of meters to go in this one. And making the early running in the middle lanes, perhaps unsurprisingly, Caleb Hughes and Jay Elliott both going well. In lane 4 from Loughborough University is Hughes. In 5 from Bath University is Lelliott, both starting the quickest. Both well sub 60 for the first 100 in this one. Just another 1400 meters to go.
Well, Steve, just been looking at the permutations, as I said earlier, and it does seem that we do have a winner in the categories for the 13-14 and the 15-year age group as well. So it's all down to now the 16-year age category, the 17-18-year age category, and the 19 and over as well. So as far as this race is concerned, in the 16-year category, Nathan Hughes of Hatfield will be swimming to try and beat his Hatfield teammate Luke Turley, who set the fastest time so far in that category of 15:48.17. So that will be the gold medal winning time in the 16-year category. In terms of the 17 and 18-year category, a few more in contention for a podium finish in that one. Sam Budd, Tom Derbyshire, Angus Barr and Cameron Croot all going to beat Jamie O'Connor's impressive time earlier of 15:43.18. And in terms of the 19 and over category, Callum Pardo, currently of Swansea Aquatics, has set the quickest time in that one of 16:18.77. And chasing that time, Jack Beister, Chris Lowther, Caleb Hughes, Jay Lelliott and Tom Howley.
Yeah, if you did miss our middle of the afternoon session, ladies and gents, saw some brilliant 1500 meter races. Some really, really good ones. Very, very close. Some dominant swims as well, which in their own way are great to watch. Some real top action in the 1500 meters early. The standard has been set for the fastest heat. Well and truly, what can we see? Can they deliver? In 3, currently leading is Tom Derbyshire from Royal Wolverhampton, but it is very close. Caleb Hughes and Jay Lelliott are well with him. Nathan Hughes not too far away in lane 6, nor either is Tom Howley from Newcastle in lane number 7. They're the leading 5. A couple of others a little bit further back. Cameron Croot over in lane 9. A little bit further behind them, and also in lane number 1, that's Samuel Budd from the city of Sheffield, just behind the leading pack. Cameron Croot, a very good distance swimmer, was at the open water winning medals at Rother Valley at the ASA Open Water Festival at the weekend. he loves swimming a very long way, put it that way. Caleb Hughes comes into this race as the favourite, the quickest entry time, 5:11.83, which is very, very quick. I hasten to add, 10 seconds quicker than anyone else in the race in terms of entry time alone. Swimmer from Loughborough University. Seventh at the World Championships in Kazan in 2015.
We encourage you as well as ever to use the hashtag SummerChamps16 on Twitter. Lots of you doing that through the break we just had there after the afternoon session. Otti on Twitter saying looking forward to another exciting evening, especially those relays, which I know Steve is definitely looking forward to later on. She says Team Steel all the way. Also, Andrew says, good luck Katie Laybourne in the 50 free final from all at Hartlepool Swimming Club. That also coming up later in the evening. Lily says, smash the finals, Jacob. Make Chase proud. Jacob of Chase will also be taking to the pool later on in the final. So definitely lots to look forward to. But all eyes at the moment firmly fixed on the pool as it stands. The final heat for the men's 1500 freestyle. As we said earlier, lots of permutations as to who will take the medals in this event. 3 gold medals up for grabs in the 16-year, 17-18 year and the 19 and over year category as well. So still a long way to go in this one as they go inside the last 19 laps.
Yeah, still a long way to go in this one, a full 30 lengths of the Ponds Forge pool. And as I mentioned, and as Jonathan mentioned, we've been after your Twitter interaction all day long. I've had some amazing tweets, highlights in particular being the man watching on a film set in Nairobi. That's just exotic, isn't it? Let's be honest. So do let us know where you're watching from, ladies and gents, whether it's inside the venue here at Ponds Forge or if it is anywhere around the world. See if we can get any more exotic than on a film set in Nairobi. I think we'll struggle, but we've had San Francisco today, had Copenhagen as well, I believe, Denmark, had New Zealand, Australia, South Africa over the last couple of days. Amazing to see how global this event can be.
Yep, also got my parents watching from Rotherham as well, so it certainly shows how it extends all across the globe and also just down the M1 as well. So as we look into the pool at the moment, lane 5, Jay Elliott of Bath University is leading the way. We're around just over a length at the moment, ahead of Tom Derbyshire in lane 3 and Caleb Hughes in lane 4, both of whom are level pegging at the moment. So just a reminder of the time that Jay Elliott is currently chasing. He has to beat 16:18.77, which was the time set earlier by Swansea Aquatics' Callum Pardo. If Jay Elliott manages that, he has won gold for Bath University. And the pace he's setting at the moment, you'd imagine he'll be well within his rights to believe he can get that gold medal.
Shout out from Leah Davison, who says, big howl for Thomas Howley from Newcastle, swimming the 1500. Had a couple of spectators on the stream earlier who said they'd lost their voices cheering for a few of their swimmers. Perfectly understandable. But at the minute, just threatening to break away here at the halfway stage, just over the halfway stage, is Jay Elliott from Bath University. Very, very talented swimmer is Jay Elliott. Been around the scene for a little while at a national level. Won gold at the World University Games in the 400 freestyle. Competed at the British Championships in the last couple of years and done very well in this event as well. He is a very dangerous customer. And he just loves swimming these long events. Was bronze at the British Championships this year in the 400 as well. And just for a laugh as well, did the silver in the 200-meter flight. Just loves swimming the difficult events. At the minute, he's going very, very nicely indeed. Caleb Hughes came into this with the quickest entry time by a long way. But at the minute, he's currently sitting in third position. That won't trouble him too much. Still a long way to go in this one. Tom Derbyshire looks impressive in lane number 3, it has to be said. So a personal best at the British Championships this year, 3:54.47.
You mentioned Tom Derbyshire there, Steve. He's currently sandwiched in between Caleb Hughes and Jale Elliott, and in fact Tom Derbyshire is going for a different age category to those two. He's in the younger one, which just shows how remarkable a swim he's had so far. He's in the 17-18 year category, and of course Caleb Hughes and Jale Elliott both aiming for the time set in the 19 and over one. So good stuff from Tom Derbyshire so far. He likewise to Sam Budd, Angus Barr and Cameron Crook, chasing a time of 15:43.18, and the pace he's setting so far is certainly good enough to smash that time. That seems as we surpass well over the halfway point.
Yeah, Tom Derbyshire, very, very talented youth swimmer indeed. And a gold medal at the Commonwealth Youth Games in 2015 in this event. Hugely talented young swimmer. You have to be if you're going to hang with the likes of Jale Elliott and Caleb Hughes in an event like this. His time to beat, if he wants gold, was set by Jamie Scholes a little bit earlier, 15:43.18. It's an anxious wait for Jamie Scholes here, as he can only do nothing else but watch. Failed to beat that, Tom Derbyshire, and Jamie Scholes takes the gold. Jamie O'Connor, I should say, not Scholes. So Jamie O'Connor with the anxious wait, hoping and praying Tom Derbyshire doesn't beat his time. I have been told as well, ladies and gents, that some of the swimmers and coaches at the holding camp in Rio are keenly watching the live stream. So make sure you swim your best. The best in the business are watching you like hawks. And a huge hello to those guys. Wish you all the best in Rio later on this year. It is getting ever, ever closer. That road to Rio is shrinking. We'll be seeing some of our Paralympics GB stars very shortly in some multi-class events. Their final event on home soil before they jet off to Rio. Massive year for swimming. And to those of you who are watching in Rio, every single one of Ponds Forge is here with you. And we'll be roaring you on in the pool in Brazil in a few weeks' time. Coming towards the business end of this 1500 metres then, and leading the way still is Jale Elliott from Bath University. Clear water between him and Tom Derbyshire. Caleb Hughes with work to do. I mentioned a little bit earlier he won't be too concerned about his position, but he might be now as the race starts to think about coming towards its end. Jale Elliott in the blue cap of Bath University, looking very, very strong. 250 metres left. Soon to be 200, should I say, for Jale Elliott. Final 4 lengths of the Ponds Forge pool to seal gold for Bath University's Jale Elliott. He looks like he's got this one sewn up potentially at this point. So Jale Elliott, if he wants gold, does have a time to beat, Jonathan.
Yeah, it certainly does. As we said, Callum Pardo currently occupies the gold medal position in the 19 and over category, a time of 16:18.77. So the time that Jay Elliott is chasing, and also one that Caleb Hughes is chasing as well. If he can pip Callum Pardo to silver, he'll certainly be very satisfied with his day's work today. And also keeping an eye on Tom Derbyshire as well in lane number 3. The time he's currently chasing is 15:43.18, and it certainly looks as if at the moment, especially with the way he's swimming, as he approaches the scoreboard end where he'll hear the bell like Jay Elliott just has, he's well within contention for gold in the 17-18 year category.
Yeah, that bell means he's only on his final 2 lengths of the pool as Tom Derbyshire takes the bell. 100 metres to go for him in lane number 3. Caleb Hughes can hear the rings as well. But Jay Elliott has got his head down and he's heading for home. He looks like he's going to be well inside the time set by Callum Pardo. He's on his way to gold, barring an absolute disaster here, Jay Elliott. Really, really strong swim from the Bath University man. What sort of time can we see? We're not even at 15 minutes yet and he's heading for home. Really, really strong at this stage. Underneath the 15-metre rope he goes, and help him home, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be a gold medal in the 19 years and over, and it's going to go to Bath University's Jay Elliott. Strong time as well of 15:04.97, and coming in second place here will be Tom Derbyshire.
And Tom Derbyshire also secures gold, this time in the 17-18 year category. Fantastic swim for him. The time he had to beat was 15:43.18, and he is well within that, smashing the gold medal there with a time of 15:22.92. Also touching in Caleb Hughes of Loughborough University. He secures the silver medal in the 19 and over category as well. So super stuff from him also. And Nathan Hughes in the 16-year category completes a trio of gold medals in the pool for Hatfield. Manages to pip his teammate Luke Turley to it by 15 seconds. Superb stuff from Nathan Hughes there in lane 6.
And just coming in here on the near side to complete the race, it will be Jack Bystep from Loughborough as he touches in to complete the 1500-metre freestyle. My apologies, still one more swimmer in the pool, a little bit early there. But this race has seen 3 gold medals.
Yep, unconfirmed as well, but it looks as if Sam Budd may have got the bronze medal in the 17-18 category. Couldn't quite beat Jamie O'Connor's time, but he certainly has triumphed over Nathan Wells and George Taplin, who earlier occupied those other 2 podium spots. So gold for Derbyshire, silver for O'Connor, and bronze for Budd in the 17-18 year category.
So there we go, ladies and gents, the end of the 1500 metres at the British Summer Champs 2016. And what a way to do it, 3 gold medals in the final heat. And the action now will get considerably smaller in terms of distance. Plenty of hundreds and 50s here this evening. Have got the 400 IM as well coming up a little bit later on. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 1500 metres freestyle. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Winchester, Pietro Forconi. In the 15 years category, representing Shiverers, Joel Thompson. the winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 year category, representing Bridgend County, Ewan Evans. And in the 15 years category, representing Newcastle, Adam Wilson. And the winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 13-14 year category, representing the city of Leicester, William Bell. William Bell's medal is being picked up by a representative. In the 15 year category, representing city of Birmingham, Samuel Osborne. And Sam is unable to collect his medal at the present time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, time for our next event, event 352. This is the women's multi-classification 100 meters freestyle final. Please welcome the athletes to poolside. In lane 1 from Northampton, Eleanor Robinson. In 2 from Romford Town, Amy Marin. In 3 from Woking, Zara Maluli. In 4 from City Manchester Aquatics, Hannah Russell. In 5 from Bournemouth College, Alice Ty. In 6 from Richmond Dale, Lily McLeod. In 7 from Corsham, Stephanie Millward. And in lane 8 from Boldmere, Eleanor Simmons. This is the women's multi-class 100 meters freestyle final. Here we go then, ladies and gents, women's multi-class 100 meter freestyle action. I mentioned many of the Olympic squad currently out in Rio de Janeiro enjoying this event from their base camp. These are the Paralympic stars who are heading out to Rio very, very shortly. This is their final event on British soil before the big one, the Paralympics in Brazil. And this is the final chance to see them and to give them a big send-off here in Sheffield. In lane 4, leading the way in the multi-class event is Hannah Russell, 28.04. She is a rapid swimmer, and she'll be targeting the win in this one. And of course, in Rio later on this year. What sort of time can she produce? Very excited to see the rest of the field very, very even beyond that. Plenty of different categories in this race. It's going to be very, very interesting to see what multi-class points we have at the end of it. But Hannah Russell here swimming out on her own. It's going to be a very, very decent time she's on for. How close can she get to world record pace? It's not bad at all. 58.94 from Hannah Russell. Absolutely superb as the rest of the time start to come in. Some really good ones. Steph Millward not far away from a world record. They're either 106.13 with 937 points. What can Ellie Simmons and Ellie Robinson do on the far sides? Really good swims again from both of those swimmers. Ellie Simmons 840, Ellie Robinson 848. There's third and fourth. Hannah Russell takes the win in the multi-class, 973 points. Only about half a second outside of world record pace. Steph Millward with 937, 106.13, and Ellie Robinson 116.29, scoring 848, narrowly pipping Ellie Simmons into fourth place. Really, really exciting race, and I cannot wait to see so many of those swimmers competing in Rio. The road to Rio is getting ever shorter. I cannot wait till we're finally at their destination. No doubt too can all of the swimmers. Here we go then, ladies and gentlemen, time for our next event. This is the men's multi-class 100 meters freestyle final. Please welcome the athletes to poolside. In lane 1 from the Borough of Kirklees, Jonathan Booth. In 2 from Team Ipswich, Ryan Crouch. In 3 from the City of Derby, Lewis White. In 4 from Beckenham, Kahuru Harazawa. In 5 from East Lothian, Stephen Clegg. In 6 from the City of Sunderland, Matt Wiley. In 7 from the City of Sunderland, Joseph Craig. And in lane 8 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Jonathan Fox. This is the men's multi-class 100 meters freestyle final. And away we go. Again, plenty of our Paralympics GB swimmers in this field once again. What sort of times can we see? Jonathan Fox has already set a world record at these championships this week. He looks in fine fettle. Keep an eye on Jonathan Fox in lane 8, the S7 swimmer from the City of Manchester Aquatics. Been a wonderful year so far for Jonathan Fox. Long may that continue. Kahuru Harazawa is leading them out there, the S10 swimmer from Beckenham. Stephen Clegg, the S12 swimmer from East Lothian in lane 5, isn't too far behind either, going really nicely along. 2 is Lewis White in lane number 3. What sort of time can we see from our swimmers? 783 points for Kahuru Harazawa. Lewis White goes 57.41, 841 points for Lewis White. That's quick. 858 points to go to Jonathan Fox. Really decent times there. Jonathan Fox will take the win in the multi-class, 858. Lewis White, 57.41, gets him 841. Matt Wiley takes 800 for 58.37. Once again, some really, really decent times.
So Jonathan Fox there backing up the world record he got last night with another gold medal on the board for City of Manchester Aquatics. 858 points, not too bad at all. Great preparation for him as he looks forward to his campaign in the Paralympics in just a couple of months' time. Just a reminder as well, always time to get involved with us on Twitter, the hashtag SummerChamp16. And as the evening session progresses, we'll be reading out more and more of your tweets. So let us know who you're supporting this evening.
Time for our next race. This is the women's 13-14 years, 200 meters butterfly final. In lane 0 from the City of Liverpool, Holly White. In 1 from the City of Leicester, Maisie Elliott. In 2 from the City of Glasgow, Serena Iaguaram. In 3 from the Borough of Stockton, Krista Wilson. In 4 from the City of Newport, Megan Allison. In 5 from the City of Leeds, Charlotte Robinson. In 6 from the City of Leeds, Tia Wards. In 7 from Ellesmere College Titans, Pia Murray. In 8 from Mount Kelly, Kaylee Decker. And in 9 from Southport, Jessica McDonough. This is the women's 13-14 years, 200 meters butterfly final.
So off and underway with them with the first of the women's 200 metre butterfly finals, and straight out of the blocks there down the heart of the pool in lane 4 is Megan Allison of City of Newport. Also looking towards the far side as well, making a good start, is Pia Murray of Ellesmere College Titans. As we come to the quarter mark of this final, let's have a look at how the split times are looking at this moment in time. So it is Megan Allison leading the way at the moment, ahead of Holly White on the near side of City of Liverpool. Make sure she doesn't go unnoticed in that red cap in lane 0. Right underneath us here in the commentary position. On the far side as well. Lane 9, Jessica McDonough of Southport is having a decent last 50 as well. So as we come towards the scoreboard end, and the swimmers will touch at the halfway point. It's certainly looking very interesting here with Megan Allison slightly in the ascendancy at this point, ahead of Serena Aiguarum of City of Glasgow in lane 2. She's come on strong in the last quarter. Great support from the sideline as well. Megan Allison for City of Newport leading the way. To her left-hand side in lane 6, Tia Ward of City of Leeds coming on strong in the last 50 as well. On the far side, Jessica McDonough's challenge for Southport is dwindling a wee bit as the front two begin to pull away. And look at Tia Ward coming out of absolutely nowhere here, surging almost level now with Megan Allison. These split times are going to be awfully interesting going into the final quarter. She can't be too far behind at the moment, Tia Ward. And she isn't either. Only a second separating Megan Allison of City of Newport in lane 4 and City of Leeds' Tia Ward in lane 6. So it's a 2-horse race between those two coming in towards the final 30 metres now. Has Tia Ward got anything left to give? She's certainly been pressurising in the last 100 metres or so. What is left in the tank? She's really close now with Megan Allison of City of Newport. A battle between Leeds and Newport into the last 15 metres. Megan Allison or Tia Ward? Who's going to get it? Tia Ward really coming on strong in the last 5. Can Megan Allison hold on here? Well, we said it was tight, and it could not have been much closer. Tia Ward of City of Leeds with an absolutely fantastic last 100 metres there to just touch in there with a time of 2:17.18 ahead of Megan Allison, who seemed to have things under control in that final. But not until Tia Ward came and picked her pocket for gold. Charlotte Robinson makes it a Leeds 1-3 with her time of 2:19.3. She gets the bronze medal. But absolutely enthralling stuff there right at the front. Just half a second separating Megan Allison and the women's 13-14 years 200 metre butterfly champion, Tia Ward of City of Leeds.
And ladies and gentlemen, I mentioned we saw some really quick swims in the multi-class earlier on. We did see one particularly quick swim, and it comes in the shape of Lewis White, who broke a brand new British record. Congratulations to the City of Derby, man. Brand new S9 British record. He's looking in perfect shape for his first ever Paralympics. Time for our next race then, ladies and gents. It's time for the women's 15 years, 200 metres butterfly final. In lane 0 from the City of Peterborough, Poppy Richardson. In 1 from Thanet Swim, Daisy Anderson. In 2 from the City of Birmingham, Caitlin Hubbard. In 3 from the City of Leeds, Rebecca Fisher. In 4 from Newcastle, Emily Large. In 5 from the City of Leeds, Kira Schlossen. In 6 from Hart and Midlothian, Kiana McInnes. In 7 from Crawley, Abby Jackson. In 8 from the City of Leeds, Leah Crisp. And in 9 from Pioneer 79, Elodie Smallwoods. This is the women's 15 years, 200 metres butterfly final. Could we please have the following swimmers to medal presentation immediately, please? Jay Elliott, Caleb Hughes, Thomas Howley, Nathan Hughes, Luke Turley, Jacob Goodman, Tom Derbyshire, Jamie O'Connor and Samuel Budd. Can you please head to medal presentation as quickly as you can, please? Thank you.
So looking into the pool then at this women's 15-year 200-metre butterfly final, and currently leading the way down the centre is Emily Large of Newcastle in lane number 4. Her closest rival at the moment comes courtesy of Caitlin Hubbard of City of Birmingham in lane number 2. And also looking to the right of centre in lane 5, Kira Schlossen of City of Leeds is trying to do what her City of Leeds teammates Tia Ward and Charlotte Robinson did in the previous race, and that is get on the podium in this butterfly 200-metre final. She's certainly doing what's required at the moment, and will she be able to put pressure on Emily Large of Newcastle, as at the moment she has one hand on that gold medal. Also pushing for a podium position in lane number 6 is Kiana McInnes of Hearts of Midlothian, and to her left as well comes Abby Jackson of Crawley. Will she be able to mount a push for at least a bronze medal in the final 50 metres of this race? Well, definitely having a place on the podium, it seems at the minute, is Emily Large of Newcastle, right down the centre of the pool. To her right-hand side, she'll have one eye on Kira Schlossen of City of Leeds, who looks as if she's going to make it back-to-back podium positions for the City of Leeds. And also in lane 2, Caitlin Hubbard of City of Birmingham, looking to get at least a bronze here. Maybe too late for her though to get anything better than that, and she'll actually have to do well to keep onto her position as Kiana McInnes of Hearts of Midlothian. It looks as if she's pushing towards at least third, but coming down the centre, Emily Large of Newcastle for gold. Time of 2:10.48. She pips Kira Schlossen to it as City of Leeds by over 2 seconds there. And Hearts of Midlothian, Kiana McInnes, managing to touch in just ahead of Caitlin Hubbard of City of Birmingham to get bronze. And she did awfully well there, Kiana McInnes. We did say with 30 metres to go, she was certainly the one to watch, as Caitlin Hubbard seemed to have bronze in the bag. But the Heart of Midlothian swimmer with a time bang on 2:16, just came in at the last and managed to snatch away that bronze medal for under the nose of Caitlin Hubbard. And what a way to conclude the women's 15-year 200-metre butterfly final. Once again, get in touch with us on the hashtag SummerChamps16. Let's have a look down those now. Lots of them have been coming in, as you'd expect, for the evening session. It's been a busy night of finals already, lots to come as well. Cambridge swimmer Jake Moxham's wish luck from Karen on Twitter, and also City of Sheffield wishing good luck to their swimmers tonight for Team Steel.
Time then for our next race. This is the women's 16 years, 200 metres butterfly final. In lane 0 from Brompton, Spencer Williams. In 1 from Stockport Metro, Emma Rowson. In 2 from Southport, Ella Johnson. In 3 from Ellesmere College Titans, Tasmin Pugh. In 4 from South Lanarkshire, Nikki Miller. In 5 from Millfield, Isabel Jones. In 6 from Deepings, Isabel Spinley. In 7 from City of St Albans, Shannon Stott. In 8 from Noffio Clwyd, Neve Andrews. And in 9 from Heart Midlothian, Katie Taylor. This is the women's 16 years, 200 metres butterfly final. And away we go then, 16 years, 200 metres butterfly final. Getting the quickest start in this one is lane number 3, that's Tasmin Pugh from Ellesmere College Titans. Also starting quickly. In lane number 0 is Spencer Williams from Brompton. Got a good reception when she was announced out here at Ponds Forge. The first 50 metres, it's fairly even. Tasmin Pugh and Spencer Williams just about ahead. just about in third position at the minute. Nikki Miller from South Lanarkshire. She's been on the podium plenty of times already this week. Looks very, very good indeed. At halfway then, leading the way, it's Tasmin Pugh from Ellesmere College Titans in lane 3. Nikki Miller from South Lanarkshire poised in second place in lane 4. Spencer Williams just starting to fade after the first 100 here and has been caught up by the rest of the field. Keep an eye on lane number 5. Isabel Jones is starting to come from Millfield. Plenty of the Millfield bunch gathered below me, roaring her on. Nikki Miller looking strong as well in lane 4, but holding on to her advantage. Tasmin Pugh from Ellesmere College Titans as they reach the wall at the diving end and turn for home. This is where it really matters. Into the final 40 metres, they start to head. Tasmin Pugh has the advantage, but it's not by a lot. Nikki Miller is closing. So too in lane 5 is Isabel Jones. There's your 1, 2, 3. Also coming good in lane number 6 is Isabel Spinley. But has she left it too late, the deeping swimmer? That's 1, 2, 3, 4. Battle for silver at the minute. It's really, really close between Jones and Miller in 5 and 4. But I don't think there's too much doubt about who's going to win this from the start to the finish. From Ellesmere College, it's Tasmin Pugh. It's silver for Isabel Jones, it's bronze for Nikki Miller. Fantastic swim from Ellesmere College Titans, Tasmin Pugh. Let it out from the very start and finished even stronger. Really, really impressive. Never looked in doubt in those final 25 metres. And a really good bronze as well for Isabel Jones. Silver even. Bronze going to Nikki Miller.
And may we also advise coaches and team managers to submit team sheets for tomorrow's team events, particularly in the relays. As at the moment, we're a little bit light for teams. So if coaches and team managers can submit their team sheets for tomorrow's team events, that would be greatly appreciated. Thank you.
Time for our next race then, ladies and gentlemen. This is the women's 17, 18 years, 200 metres butterfly final. In lane 0 from Lincoln, Tara Hayworth. In 1 from Nova Centurion, Rosie Rudin. In 2 from Edinburgh University, Tane Bruce. In 3 from the city of Sheffield, Isabel Grant. In 4 from Plymouth Leander, Laura Stevens. In 5 from Stockport Metro, Holly Hibbert. In 6 from the city of Leeds, Amelia Kleins. In 7 for Royal Wolverhampton, Melanie Hall. In 8 from the city of Coventry, Abigail Humphreys. And in 9 from South Lanarkshire, Meg Finnan. This is the women's 17, 18 years, 200 metres butterfly final.
So a superb atmosphere there as the swimmers were announced, and expect it to get even better now they've entered the pool. Swift start down the centre as well in lane 4 from Laura Stevens of Plymouth Leander, as you'd expect, and next to her in lane 5 Holly Hibbert of Stockport Metro as they come towards the quarter point. But very difficult to see how much separates those two on the split times there. And in fact, also pushing up towards the top positions early on is Tane Bruce in lane 2 of Edinburgh University. Not too far behind them in lane 3 is City of Sheffield. Izzy Grant as well, swimming in her home pool. She'll certainly look to try and get at least on the podium here. She looked very swift in the heat times earlier on as well. But Laura Stevens holding the initiative at the moment for Plymouth Leander down the heart of the pool. But with that competition to her right and left coming up to the halfway point, it'll certainly make interesting. watching as to who will take the podium positions in this final. Great support from the pool side as well. It will certainly be required for the swimmers here as they push in the second half of this final. Laura Stevens, though, still leading the way. She had a very quick start here, the Plymouth Leander swimmer, and she's maintaining that strong pace as well, despite the challenge to her left-hand side from Holly Hibbert and Stockport Metro, and Izzy Grant from City of Sheffield as well in lane 3. Her challenge certainly not going away either. So both of those pushing Laura Stevens all the way in this one, in the push for gold in the women's 17-18 year 200 metre butterfly final. It's certainly hotting up into the final 50 metres as they come soaring towards the scoreboard end now. Intriguing to see as the atmosphere goes up a few notches here. Laura Stevens, lane 4, ahead of Holly Hibbert, just about by a head or so. Izzy Grant falling behind a wee bit. She may have to settle for bronze here, but she's also got pressure behind her from Tame Bruce as well from Edinburgh University. But look at that, right down the centre of the pool. Lane 4, Laura Stevens. Lane 5, Holly Hibbert. Who's going to get there? And those cheers from the Stockport Metro team on the far side indicate Holly Hibbert has done it by a fingernail ahead of Laura Stevens and Plymouth Leander. Touching in third there for the bronze medal, City of Sheffield's Izzy Grant. But it was awfully close between the front two. Just 0.36 seconds separating Holly Hibbert and Laura Stevens. Hibbert doing it for Stockport Metro, to the delight of those in navy blue on the far side. Laura Stevens with the silver for Plymouth Leander, and Isabel Grant, City of Sheffield, getting the bronze.
Yeah, terrific swim that by Holly Hibbert. Really, really talented young swimmer. Certainly one to watch for the future, but also for the present. Another gold medal for the Stockport Metro swimmer. Time for our next race. This is the women's 19 years and over 200 metres butterfly final. In lane 0 from Loughborough University, Philippa Shuttleworth. In 1 from Beckenham, Natasha Sinner. In 2 from the City of Leicester, Candice Hall. In 3 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Emma Smithhurst. In 4 from Loughborough University, Charlotte Atkinson. In 5 from Billingham, Stephanie Blakeburn. In 6 from the City of Cardiff, Harriet Jones. In 7 from Bath University, Lily West. In 8 from Guildford City, Sophie Duplessis. And in 9 from Grantham, Sophie Colpin. This is the women's 19 years and over 200 metres butterfly final. Final women's 200 fly then, 19 years and over. Quickest in qualifying was Charlotte Atkinson from Loughborough University. She did that in a time of 2:14.68, round about a second ahead of Stephanie Blakeburn. Certainly the best part of anyway. But can Blakeburn bite back in the final, the Billingham swimmer? We'll have to wait to find out. Charlotte Atkinson is very quick. That much we know. Let's see how quick she can go here in Sheffield at these British Summer Championships. She leads the way in the early going, heading towards the halfway point. That is Charlotte Atkinson who leads the way. Looking really strong, Loughborough University swimmer. As they go back now towards the diving pit ends. This is all about if Charlotte Atkinson can hold off the challenges. And the challenges are coming. Keep an eye on lane number 2, going really well. on this leg is Candice Hall from the City of Leicester. She's gained some ground on the pack. Emma Smithers from City of Manchester Aquatics in 3, also looking good. Stephanie Blakeman is there or there. Stephanie Blakeburn, I should say, is there or thereabouts from Billingham as they touch the wall and turn for home. Charlotte Atkinson leads the way. Can anyone catch her? She's led them out the entire way. She's put a target on her back. Catch me. And at the minute, it doesn't look like anyone looks like they're able to. It's going to be one Royal Rumble for second and third, though. That's for sure. Charlotte Atkinson, though, underneath the 15-metre rope into the final 10. Doesn't look like she's going to be caught. Second and third is going to be perilously close. But no doubt about your winner. That's Charlotte Atkinson. It was indeed very close for second and third. Emma Smithers claimed silver for City of Manchester Aquatics. Stephanie Blakeburn from Billingham with the bronze. But that was all about Charlotte Atkinson. Top swim from the Loughborough swimmer.
So looking at your tweets, well, we've got a minute to get a breather here. Hashtag SummerChamp16. Elise Sorrell says, trying to think of ways I can watch Nathan Wales in his final tonight whilst on an aeroplane. Need help. Hashtag Purple Army. So people not only on land but also in the air trying to get coverage of this event. Also a congratulations and a good luck from Neil for Hamish in the 100 free tonight. 16-year-old of Horsham Atlantis cheering you on from the Davis family. I'm sure that'll be very much appreciated that his swim still yet to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 1500 metres freestyle. Presenting the medals, ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16 years category, representing Millfield, Jacob Goodman. In the 17-18 years category, representing City of Sheffield, Samuel Bird. In the 19 years and over category, representing Newcastle, Thomas Howley. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16-year category, representing Hatfield, Luke Turley. In the 17-18 years category, representing Thanet Swim, Jamie O'Connor. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Loughborough University, Caleb Hughes. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing Hatfield, Nathan Hughes. In the 17-18 years category, representing Royal Wolverhampton, Tom Derbyshire. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Bath University, Che Lelliott. Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's and women's multi-class 100-meter freestyle. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the men's event, representing City of Sunderland, Matthew Wiley. And in the women's event, representing Northampton, Eleanor Robinson. The winners of the silver medals. In the men's event, representing City of Derby, Lewis White. And in the women's event, representing Corsham, Stephanie Millward. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the men's event, representing City of Manchester Aquatics, Jonathan Fox. And in the women's event, representing City of Manchester Aquatics, Hannah Russell. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. Time for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. This is the men's 13-14 years 100 meters freestyle final. In lane 0 from Sevenoaks, Nathaniel Rodriguez. In 1 from Chase, Jacob Davies. In 2 from the city of Sheffield, Eugene Brooks Clark. In 3 from Preston, Kyo Tanner. In 4 from Millfield, Hugh Williams. In 5 from Hatfield, Reese Housden. In 6 from the city of Cambridge, Jake Moxham. In 7 from Plymouth Leander, Hayden Alwan. In 8 from Havant and Waterlooville, Luke Pullen. And in 9 from the city of Lincoln, William Barber. This is the men's 13-14 years 100 meters freestyle final. And away we go then, 100 meters freestyle action. A bit more splash and dash than the 200 meter butterfly, which from what I hear from every person who swims it, is just pain and pain. This one a little bit less so. Making a very quick start from Preston in lane 3 is Kyo Tanner, going very, very quickly indeed in the first 50. And he comes for home, splitting at a good time as well, 25.49, way ahead of the rest of the field. Over a second ahead at 50. What's it like at 100? Hear the roar of Ponds Forge as they come into the final 25 meters. Kyo Tanner is being caught. Second and third is absolutely anyone's at this stage. Keep an eye on Hatfield's, Reeshausen in 5, Hugh Williams in 4 from Millfield. Going to be close. It's going to go right down from the touch. Who's going to get there? Hugh Williams from Millfield. 0.04 of a second separate him and Reeshausen. Kyo Tanner in the end pushed into bronze. Wow, that was a close finish. Kyo Tanner went out breathtakingly quick. Put a target on his back. And in the end, he was shot down by the two chasers, Rhys Housden and Hugh Williams. The latter just edging out the former for a gold medal. Time for our next race, ladies and gentlemen. This is the men's 15 years, 100 meters freestyle final. In 0 from Plymouth Leander, Oscar Brain. In 1 from Team Ipswich, Thomas Clare. In 2 from Millfield, Rupert Haig. In 3 from Plymouth Leander, Sam Daly. In 4 from Shiverers, Joel Thompson. In 5 from Ellesmere College Titans, Adam Metcalf. In 6 from Durham City, Daniel Morley. In 7 from Mount Kelly, Edward Maddox. In 8 from Millfield, Santos Villalon. And in 9 from Chester Street, Alexander Mason. This is the men's 15 years, 100 meters freestyle final.
So as they take to the pool, expect just a Titans finish, as we saw in the last one, just 0.4 of a second separating the middle 5 swimmers based on the heat times going into this one and taking to the pool very nicely as we come towards the halfway point. In lane 3 is Sam Daly of Plymouth Leander. We're also in lane 6 going strong at the moment for Durham City is Daniel Morley. As we touch in towards the halfway point, it is Daniel Morley that leads for Durham City. Currently second, Sam Daly, Plymouth Leander in lane 3. And also in lane 5 going strong is Adam Metcalf at Ellesmere College Titans as they come towards the last 25 metres now, giving it all they've got. Still leading the way just about is Sam Daly of Plymouth Leander, but it's very tight for second. Also keeping an eye on the near side as well, Oscar Brain, also Plymouth Leander as we come in towards the finish. Looking good in 5 and 6, Adam Metcalf and Daniel Moore as they're coming towards the touch. And Sam Daly in lane 3 for Plymouth Leander gets the vital touch for gold. 53.24 the winning time there. Adam Metcalf grabbing silver for Ellesmere College Titans with a time of 53.69. And Joel Thompson of Shiverers just pips Oscar Brain of Plymouth Leander to the bronze medal spot. His time just over 54 seconds, 54.01. But enthralling stuff, as we expected, right till the last few metres.
And ladies and gents, we mentioned earlier we had a British record from Lewis White in the men's multi-class. We can now confirm we've also got one in the women's. Congratulations to Hannah Russell, brand new British record in the S12 100 metre freestyle. She's on her road to Rio and she's looking in the finest possible form.
Yep, Hannah Russell's last competition before she heads off to Rio, breaking her own British record there. Superb form to go into the games with.
Time for our next final. This is the men's 16 years, 100 metres freestyle final. In lane 0 from White Oak, Henry Reynolds. In 1 from First, Ryan Retson. In 2 from Pioneer 79, Benjamin Martin. In 3 from Wickham District, James Eddy. In 4 from Hatfield, Luke Turley. In 5 from Southport, Lewis Burris. In 6 from Hatfield, Harry Constantine. In 7 from Millfield, Hamish Milne-Skillman. In 8 from Millfield, Jacob Goodman. And in 9 from Guildford City, Henry Offen. This is the men's 16 years, 100 metres freestyle final.
So as we've come to expect over the last few finals nights here at Ponds Forge, superb atmosphere being created for the swimmers as we look ahead to this men's 16-year-old 100-metre freestyle final. Lots of shouts for the Millfield double act of Jacob Goodman in lane 8 and Hamish Skillman in lane 7 as well. A lot of shouts near us for Benjamin Martin of Paya 79 in lane 2, but currently leading the way at the halfway point, Southport's Lewis Burris with a split time of 24.66. Closest rival at the moment on the near side is from White Oak, it's Henry Reynolds. Also in third spot in lane 6 is Hatfield's Harry Constantine. Awfully close between those at the moment, but leading the way in lane 5, Southport's Lewis Burris. To his left he's got Luke Turley, really putting the foot on the gas now. The Hatfield pair of Harry Constantine lane 6 and Luke Turley lane 4, awfully close. And it's the latter that does it. Hatfield's Luke Turley with a time of 51.59 gets gold for the Pink Army. Touching in second for Southport is Lewis Burris. And in third, James Eddy of Wickham District, who had a super last 25 there to just get ahead of Harry Constantine and deny a Hatfield 1-3. James Eddy's bronze medal winning time, 51.98. Just a reminder that all events, all team sheets for tomorrow's events from coaches and managers need to be submitted as soon as possible. That's the individual and team events as well. Coaches and team managers to be reminded to submit team sheets for tomorrow's events. Thank you.
Time for our next race. This is the men's 17-18 years, 100 metres freestyle final. In lane 0 from Sevenoaks, Michael Jacobs. In 1 from Millfield, Thomas Kingham. In 2 from Guildford City, Charlie Pullen. In 3 from Deepings, Alex Ray. In 4 from City of Sheffield, Elliot Clogg. In 5 from the City of Salford, Lewis Clough. In 6 from University of Stirling, Craig McLean. In 7 from Doncaster Darts, Jarvis Parkinson. In 8 from Perth City, Scott McClay. And in 9 from Carnforth, Joshua Thompson. This is the men's 17-18 years, 100 metres freestyle final. And away we go. These 100 freestyle races have been very, very close. It is the nature of them. And as they head towards the wall, they are pretty much, you could put a ruler over these guys. They are so dead level. Almost looking like a synchronized swimming unit as they turn for home. Every single one of them less than a second apart. This is going to be very, very close. Into the final 25. Help them home, ladies and gentlemen. Who've you got? In lane 4, just starting to edge ahead of the rest is Elliot Clogg from the City of Sheffield, but he's got about 3 others around him who are a stroke away. This is agonisingly close. Going well, Alex Ray from Deepings in 3. Who's going to get there? Elliot Clogg gets there, City of Sheffield. It was so close. Jarvis Parkinson gets silver for Doncaster Darts. Lewis Clough claims himself a bronze from the City of Salford. Gold and bronze not even separated by 0.2 of a second. Really good swim from Elliot Clogg to claim himself a gold. And in fact, by the end of the race, the whole thing was separated by less than 2 seconds. Really, really close race. High quality once again here in Ponds Forge. Your 1, 2, 3, Clog, Parkinson, Clough. Time for our next final. This is the men's 19 years and over 100 meters freestyle final. In lane 0 from Stockport Metro, Grant Quigley. In 1 from Edinburgh University, David Cumberledge. In 2 from City of Cardiff, Otto Putland. In 3 from University of Stirling, Martin Walton. In 4 from Loughborough University, Adam Barrett. In 5 from Edinburgh University, Kieran McGuckin. In 6 from Millfield, Daniel Spears. In 7 from Swansea Aquatics, Daniel Jones. In 8 from Bath University, Miles Munro. And in lane 9 from the City of Sheffield, Nicholas Granger. This is the men's 19 years and over 100 meters freestyle final.
And into the water they go. The hot favourite for this one, Adam Barrett in lane 4 of Loughborough University, who qualified over half a second quicker than his nearest rival for this one, lane 5, Kieran McGuckin from Edinburgh University. Both of whom have made a bright start so far. Also looking in lane 6, Daniel Spears and Millfield not too far behind them and making a good start on the near side as well. David Cumberledge of Edinburgh University, who's just ahead of Kieran McGuckin, his Edinburgh teammate, going past the halfway stage, but you can see charging down the middle at the moment, spearheading the rest of the pool is Adam Barrett of Loughborough University in lane 4. No one surely is going to catch him in the last 10 metres, but it's an absolute dead heat for second. So Adam Barrett for Loughborough University gets the gold medal, and that battle for second certainly went right down to the wire. Martin Walton of University of Stirling just beating his Scottish rival Kieran McGuckin there of Edinburgh University to the silver medal by 9/100ths of a second. It could not have been tighter between those two. Adam Barrett's time, the right side of 49 seconds, so a good swim for him personally for Loughborough University. But Martin Walton getting the silver, and Kieran McGuckin just 2/100ths of a second ahead of Otto Putland gets the bronze for Edinburgh University. And a reminder as well, the hashtag on Twitter, SummerChamps16. Lots of you getting involved tonight as ever. It's been a scintillating night of action so far in the pool. Just a reminder as well, we've got a lot more to come. So make sure you keep with us and getting involved online. Congratulations from City of Derby to Lewis White on his new British record in the S9 Multiclass 100 metre freestyle event earlier. And at the end of that it says, bring on Rio 2016.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 200 metres butterfly. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing City of Leeds, Charlotte Robinson. In the 15 years category, representing Heart of Midlothian, Kiana McInnes. And in the 16 years category, representing South Lanarkshire, Nikki Miller. The winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing City of Newport, Megan Allison. In the 15 years category, representing City of Leeds, Kira Schlossen. And in the 16 years category, representing Millfield, Isabel Jones. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing City of Leeds, Tia Wards. In the 15 years category, representing Newcastle, Emily Large. And in the 16 years category, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Tasmin Pugh. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 200 meters butterfly. Making the presentations, ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals in the 17-18 year category, representing City of Sheffield, Isabel Grant. In the 19 years and over category, representing Billingham, Stephanie Blakeburn. The winners of the silver medals. In the 17-18 years category, representing Plymouth Leander, Laura Stevens. And in the 19 years and over category, representing City of Manchester Aquatics, Emma Smithhurst. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 17-18 years category, representing Stockport Metro, Holly Hibbert. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Loughborough University, Charlotte Atkinson. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your medal winners. Time for our next event, the women's multi-classification 100 meters breaststroke final. In lane 1 from Ren 96, Abby Kane. In 2, Harriet Lee. In 3 from Hatfield, Louise Fidds. In 4 from Newcastle, Bethany Firth. In 5 from Worcester, Rebecca Redfern. In 6 from Basden and Phoenix, Danielle Hartin. In 7 from Wyre Forest, Claire Cashmore. And in 8 from Nova Centurion, Charlotte Henshaw. This is the women's multi-class 100 meters breaststroke final. And away we go, women's multi-class 100 meter breaststroke action. And again, in the pool here in Ponds Forward, we can see plenty of our Rio hopefuls in this one. Starting quickly is Bethany Firth in lane number 4, SB14 swimmer from Newcastle. She's actually won an AB medal in Ponds Forge this week. She's a very, very quick swimmer. And down she comes towards home. Bethany Firth leads away, 34.78 at the split. A couple of other SB14 swimmers in this one as well. Keep an eye on Claire Cashmore, SB8 swimmer in lane 7. Charlotte Henshaw, SB6 in lane number 8. They'll be the main threats, I feel, to this lead held by Bethany Firth. Rebecca Redfern also isn't too far away in lane number 5. Could be very, very close on the old multi-class points here. And as they come in to the wall, what sort of time can Bethany Firth post? It is fantastic. And so too is Rebecca Redfern's. My goodness me. Well, well, well. Bethany Firth, 1,021 points. Rebecca Redfern, 1,047. We must confirm those before we can confirm anything. Charlotte Henshaw as well with a fantastic 909 from Nova Centurion. But Rebecca Redfern and Bethany Firth might just have done something very, very special in Ponds Forge tonight. Phenomenal swims all rounds. Claire Cashmore with 833 points, and it's only good for 5th. Harriet Lee with a great swim as well, 884. And away we go with our next event. This is the men's multi-classification 100 meters breaststroke final. In lane 1 from the city of Sheffield, James Crisp. In 2 from Rotherham, Joseph Sieg. In 3 from the city of Sunderland, Jack Bridge. In 4 from Swansea Aquatics, Aaron Moores. In 5 from Warren de Bath, Scott Quinn. In 6 from Swindon Dolphin, Craig Harris. And in 7 from the city of Manchester Aquatics, Thomas Hamer. This is the men's multi-class 100 meters breaststroke final. And away we go in the men's 100-meter breaststroke multi-class. Leading the way so far in lane 4, SB14 swimmer Aaron Moores. He leads 5 SB14 swimmers out in this one. Jack Bridge is an SB9 swimmer in lane 3, James Crisp SB8 in 1. But with the domination of so many SB14 swimmers, this becomes much more of a straight race. And at the minute, winning that straight race is Aaron Moores. What sort of time can Aaron Moores post? We've already seen some wonderful times in the female equivalent. What can the men deliver? Here comes Aaron Moores into the touch. What we got? It's good. It's 106.52. Well, if you weren't sure already, it looks like our Paralympic squad is pretty psyched for Rio. That's a hell of a swim from Aaron Moores. 106.52. 1,008 points from the Swansea Aquatics man. Absolutely superb. And ladies and gentlemen, we have crunched the numbers after our last women's event. And we can confirm that 3 is the magic number. We've seen a brand new world record by Rebecca Redfern. 3rd world record of the week in Ponds Forge. As Rebecca Redfern breaks the world record on her road to Rio. Huge congratulations to Rebecca Redfern for a phenomenal swim. Absolutely incredible. The 3rd world record of the week here at these British Swimming Summer Championships. 1 for Steph Millward, 1 for Jonathan Fox, and 1 now for Rebecca Redfern. Incredible. Time for our next event though. This is the women's 13-14 years 50 metres freestyle final. In lane 0 from the city of Aberdeen, Rosie Morgan. In 1 from the city of Sheffield, Alice Thickett. In 2 from the city of Peterborough, Anna Blakely. In 3 from Salisbury, Onilua Taiwo. In 4 from Team Ipswich, Mia Maspers. In 5 from Plymouth Leander, Lucy Armitage. In 6 from the city of Derby, Sophie Yendall. In 7 from Hillingdon, Kira Barber. In 8 from Team Ipswich, Amy Philpott. And in 9 from Mount Kelly, Kaylee Decker. This is the women's 13-14 years, 50 metres freestyle final.
So here we are, off and underway. These 50 metres will go by like an absolute flash, and taken to the pool very quickly. Down in the middle is Maya Maspers of Team Ipswich in lane 4. Also Lucy Armitage, who got a fantastic reception at the announcement there for Plymouth Leander in lane 5, going strong as well. But it looks like leading the way, Maya Maspers for Team Ipswich in lane 4 as we come to the final couple of metres now. Pressure from Amy Philpott. And it's a dead heat for gold. Amy Philpott of Team Ipswich and her Team Ipswich teammate Maya Maspers both touching in at a time of 26.63 seconds. That's as tight a finish as you can get. The 2 Team Ipswich swimmers doing absolutely superbly there. What a remarkable ending to that race.
Time for our next race. This is the women's 15 years, 50 metre freestyle final. In lane 0, from Hartlepool, Katie Leyburn. In 1 from Heart of Midlothian, Alexandra Waller. In 2 from Thanet Swim, Maisie McCartney. In 3 from Newcastle, Emily Large. In 4 from Ellesmere College Titans, Freya Anderson. In 5 from Aquay Solis, Laura McNabb. In 6 from Ealing, Brodie Judge. In 7 from Wickham District, Yasmin Tajali. In 8 from Millfield, Emma Harvey. And in 9 from Mount Kelly, Athena Clayson. This is the women's 15 years, 50 metre freestyle final.
Well, an absolutely extraordinary finish to the last race. And this one will certainly have a lot of beating to do. Right down the centre, once again, Freya Anderson in lane 4 of Ellesmere College Titans making a very bright start. In fact, she's just ahead of Laura McNabb of Aqua Solis in lane 5 at the moment. Between the rest of the playing field, it is very even, especially Brodie Judge in lane 6. She may get third. But touching in first is Freya Anderson. Was it ever in doubt for Ellesmere College Titans? Almost a second ahead of Laura McNabb of Aqua Solis. Touching in third there and claiming the bronze is Emily Large of Newcastle. Her time, 26.9.
Without further ado, time for our next final. This is the women's 16 years, 50 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Colchester, Eleanor Julie. In 1 from Domo Atlantis, Megan Maybanks. In 2 from the City of Cardiff, Annalise Bainan. In 3 from the City of Glasgow, Anna Fleming. In 4 from Woking, Anna Main. In 5 from Bishop Stortford, Eleanor Phillip. In 6 from the City of Leeds, Amber Mason. In 7 from Staines, Yulia Jaworska. In 8 from Sevenoaks, Lily Snell. And in 9 from Team Ipswich, Rebecca Sherwin. This is the women's 16 years, 50 metre freestyle final.
And we're off and underway. This is the third of 5 finals in the women's 50 metre freestyle, and they've been at blistering pace so far. Good, starting well in lane 3, City of Glasgow's Anna Fleming here. Also in lane 4, Woking's Anna Main going close as well, and Anna Phillip in lane 5 for Bishop Stortford. All those three are in contention for the gold here. And Anna Main is the one right down the centre of them that manages to do it for Woking. 26.2 on the gold medal winning time. Anna Fleming gets silver for City of Glasgow. And completing the trio of podium finishers, Alina Phillip for Bishop Stortford. Her time, 26.65.
Time for our next race, ladies and gents. It's the women's 17, 18 years, 50 metres freestyle final. In 0 from Sedgefield, Hannah Featherstone. In 1 from City of Peterborough, Molly Allen. In 2 from Plymouth Leander, Anita McCartney. In 3 from City of Sheffield, Darcy Deakin. In 4 from West Lothian, Gulsam Onal. In 5 from City of Sunderland, Freya Rayner. In 6 from Warren Abbas, Catherine Stark. In 7 from City of Leicester, Emily Crane. In 8 from Guildford City, Anna Pang. And in 9 from Woking, Madeline Exton. This is the women's 17, 18 years, 50 metres freestyle final.
So this is the penultimate final in the women's 50-metre freestyle event, and it's just about to get even quicker in the pool. Right down the centre, Gulsum O'Neill of West Lothian, and in lane 5 as well, Freya Rayner of City of Sunderland making superb starts. Also not to be missed on the far side, Anna Pang of Guildford City. All very tight towards the finish. Looks like Gulsum O'Neill's going to get it for West Lothian. She does as well, time of 26.16, met by Rattress Approach just in front of me here in the commentary position. Second spot, City of Sunderland's Freya Rayner with a time of 26.29. And touching in with a third quickest, Emily Crane of City of Leicester by 100th of a second, pipping Anna Pang and Catherine Stark to the bronze medal for Leicester.
Time for our next final. This is the women's 19 years and over 50 metres freestyle final. In lane 0 from Plymouth Leander, Juliette Cassini. In 1 from Edinburgh University, Lucy Hope. In 2 from Thanet Swim, Katie Latham. In 3 from City of Manchester Aquatics, Rebecca Guy. In 4 from Bath University, Anna Hopkin. In 5 from Chelsea and Westminster, Isabella Hindley. In 6 from Stockport Metro, Emma Gage. In 7 from City of Derby, Harriet Cooper. In 8 from Hazel Grove, Lauren Quigley. And in 9 from Loughborough University, Victoria Cunningham. This is the women's 19 years and over freestyle final.
So this is the final for the women's 50-metre freestyle. On the far side, making a good start already, Hazel Groves, Lauren Quigley, also down the centre as well, as you may expect, Isabella Hindley of Chelsea and Westminster. In lane 4, Anna Hopkin as well of Bath University, so they don't rule her out of the equation. And going strong, Harriet Cooper, City Derby as well, coming towards the touch, going to be awfully close this. And it's Rebecca Guy coming through for City of Manchester Aquatics to win it with a time of 25.57. A late spurt from her in the last 10 metres does enough to get gold. Coming second for the silver, Anna Hopkin and Bath University. And then 600ths of a second behind her is Isabella Hindley of Chelsea and Westminster. She's tied with Harriet Cooper, the City of Derby. We said it was tight. Well, they were both tied on 25.72. So we've already seen 2 goals given out tonight. We're going to see 2 bronzes for Isabella Hindley and Harriet Cooper as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the medal ceremony for the men's 100 metres freestyle. Presenting the medals, ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 year category, representing Preston, Kaio Tanner. In the 15 years category, representing Shiverers, Joel Thompson. The winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Hatfield, Reese Housden. And in the 15 years category, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Adam Metcalf. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Millfields, Hugh Williams. And in the 15 years category, representing Plymouth Leander, Sam Daly. Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 100-meter freestyle. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16 years category, representing Wickham District, James Eddy. In the 17-18 years category, representing City of Salford, Lewis Clough. In the 19 years and over category, representing Edinburgh University, Kieran McGuckin. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16 years category, representing Southport, Lewis Burrows. In the 17-18 years category, representing Doncaster Darts, Jarvis Parkinson. And in the 19 years and over category, representing University of Stirling, Martin Walton. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing Hatfields, Luke Turley. In the 17-18 years category, representing City of Sheffield, Elliot Clogg. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Loughborough University, Adam Barrett. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, time for our next event. This is the men's 13-14 years, 400 meters individual medley final. In lane 0 from Thanet Swim, Kieran Dale. In 1 from Chase, Jacob Davies. In 2 from Carlisle, Joe Sinclair. In 3 from the City of Cardiff, Theo Sava. In 4 from Ellesmere College Titans, Charlie Hutchison. In 5 from City of Leicester, William Bell. In 6 from the city of Leicester, James Newman. In 7 from Millfield, Hugh Williams. In 8 from Romford Town, Lewis Binning. And in 9 from the city of Canterbury, Joseph Russell. This is the men's 13-14 years, 400 metres individual medley final.
And we're off and underway with the men's 13-14-year-old 400 metre individual medley final. Of course, this one, a marathon, not a sprint by any means. Who's the best over the 4 legs of the 4 different strokes. So early on, Charlie Hutchison on the butterfly, just leading the way at the moment, ever so slightly ahead of James Newman in lane 6. From City of Leicester. It's certainly a good start from Charlie Hutchison of Ellesmere College Titans. And the rest of the pool at the minute, or the majority of it, pretty even. It has to be said at this very early stage as they come to the back part of this first leg. Onto the backstroke now. Here's the leader at the moment, Charlie Hutchison. Ellesmere College Titans swimmer. He's split time there at the quarter stage, just under a minute. Everyone else is at least over 1:03. William Bells is of City of Leicester. He's the nearest rival at the moment in lane 5, but it's pretty even between him and lane 3, Theo Savin for second of City of Cardiff, and also in lane 2, Joe Sinclair of Carlisle Aquatics. For the moment, an unassailable lead for Charlie Hutchison. Of course, it can all change in the individual medley. With still 2 strokes to go in this one. Still got the breaststroke, which can really determine who takes the medals in this event, and then of course finishing with the freestyle as well, where we certainly see how much is left in the tank of the swimmers in the pool. But certainly offering a lot from the tank at the moment is Charlie Hutchison of Ellesmere College Titans in lane 4. Support for him on Twitter at the moment as well. The hashtag SummerChamp16, whether you're watching inside Ponds Forge or on the live stream as well. Certainly got lots coming in. Kyle says, I'm marathoning all of the Bourne movies before it comes out in the theatres tomorrow. Why wait? Hashtag SummerChamp16. So he's certainly keeping himself entertained at the moment. Also, Swim Wales tweeted a lifetime best for Dan Jones earlier on the men's 100 metre freestyle, so well done to him. And Becky Franks tweeting about Rebecca Redfern's world record earlier on. An amazing time and superb world record for Becky Redfern. So, eyes back onto the pool, and we're saying about what Charlie Hutchison has currently unleashed from the tank so far. And he seems to only have more to give. The gap widening stroke by stroke at the moment. Second spot is Theo Savin of City of Cardiff. It's going to be an interesting duel between him and William Bell of City of Leicester for second and third spot. Those two look like in a pretty comfortable position compared to the rest of the pool. Joel Sinclair, Carlisle Aquatics, and also James Newman of City of Leicester seem too far behind those medal positions at the moment going into the final 100 metres. But then we scan towards the right side of the pool at the moment, towards the diving pit end, and Charlie Hutchison of Ellesmere College Titans absolutely way ahead of the rest of the pool at the moment. We did say this was an event that could turn on its head very quickly, but Charlie Hutchison has certainly defied that pattern. leading the way by an absolute mile going into the final 25 metres. The competition for second, though, certainly hotting up at the moment. It looks like William Bell of City of Leicester is currently taking the initiative ahead of Theo Sever of City of Cardiff, who's really going to have to put the foot on the gas in the last 30 metres or so to try and catch William Bell. I don't think he's going to do it, though. No, and he's certainly catching Charlie Hutchison. 4:31.15, the winning time for the Ellesmere College Titan swimmer. Significantly better than his heat time as well by 9 seconds. William Bell touching in second for the silver for City of Leicester. In the end, pretty comfortably ahead of Theo Sever of City of Cardiff by around 4.5 seconds or so. Theo Sever claims bronze for City of Cardiff ahead of Joel Sinclair of Carlisle Aquatics. But the real impressive stuff from that race coming from Charlie Hutchison of Ellesmere College Titans, triumphing in that race unbelievably comfortably. So just a reminder as well, hashtag Summer Champs 16, lots of you, as I say, taking to that. Alison Cannon taking to Twitter to wish luck to Joel Thompson, all the best tonight. She says, let's go for gold from besties Aidan, Mackenzie, Owen, and also Iofe Cannon as well. Certainly love to see the support that you're currently having. Certainly a lot of noise in Ponds Forge tonight supporting the swimmers, and it's been echoed on Twitter as well. City of Sheffield tweaking about Darcy Deacon earlier improving from her heat swim, finishing 6th in the 50 in the 17-18 year category. So keep them coming. Also, Lennon the Cat still knocking around on Twitter, saying well done to Amy and Mia of Team Ipswich, both of them tied on gold earlier on tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for our next race. This is the men's 15 years, 400 metres individual medley final. In 0 from the City of Leeds, Liam Birrell. In 1 from Thanet Swim, Alexander Boyd. In 2 from West Lothian, Daniel Ferguson. In 3 from Warren de Bath, Archie Goodburn. In 4 from Newcastle, Adam Wilson. In 5 from Shivers, Joel Thompson. In 6 from the City of Salford, Marcus Day. In 7 from Newcastle, Alfie Kelly. In 8 from Maidenhead, Joel Lang. And in 9 from Northampton, Archie Plowman. This is the men's 15 years, 400 metres individual medley final. And away we go. Men's 15 years, 400 IM action. Will it be slightly more competitive, certainly for the gold medal position, than the last race? Charlie Hutchison, so impressive in the 13-14 years, absolutely dominating the race. This one looks like it might be a touch more even. Turning in first is Archie Goodburn from Warren de Bath at the first 50. And ladies and gentlemen, just a reminder to those of you inside the venue, please no flash photography when the athletes are on the starting blocks. Please no flash photography. It does distract the athletes. We're hearing this is coming from the coaches and swimmers side. So please, once again, no flash photography on the start. After the fly then, Archie Goodburn leads from Warren de Bath, 60.96 I should say. Going along very, very nicely. Second or so ahead of Alfie Kelly from Newcastle in lane number 7. He swam in the 1500 metres a little bit earlier on, Alfie Kelly. Have to be a very, very fit young man to do 1500s and 400 IM in one day. And he looks like he's not even remotely feeling the effects of it yet. He's currently in second place. Turning at 50 on the backstroke then is Archie Goodburn, still from Warren de Bath. Alfie Kelly just slipped down a little bit. His Newcastle teammate Adam Wilson now sits in second place. Very, very close though, all being told. There is definitely a leading pack developing here with Archie Goodburn, who leads the way only marginally from Adam Wilson from Newcastle in 4, Joel Thompson from Shivers in 5. And Alfie Kelly in lane number 7. The end of the backstroke, onto the breaststroke. 3 swimmers pretty much turning as one there, getting a good turn. Alfie Kelly, Adam Wilson and Archie Goodburn. A little bit sticky for Joel Thompson from Shivers. And this way you hear the noise in Ponds Forge just go up that extra notch. Every time their swimmer pops their head back above the water, they'll hear a roar from their teammates, their fans, and their coaches. I'm sure you at home are doing exactly the same as well. Archie Goodburn, though, still leads. He's still clinging on to the lead that he had from the very start. It's not by a lot. It doesn't need to be as long as he touches in first. He will not care one jot. Archie Goodburn going really well on the breaststroke. Adam Wilson just slipping back a touch. Joel Thompson from Shivers has made up ground. Alfie Kelly now has lost ground, and so too, or should I say gaining ground. Outside of him is Joel Lang from Maidenhead in the green cap, gaining on Alfie Kelly. As they reach the scoreboard end for the final time before home and enter into the freestyle. Goodburn turns in first, Thompson turns in second, Wilson is third. It's a dead heat for 4th between Lang and Kelly in 8 and 7. Here we go then. Here we go then. Can Archie Goodburn hold on? If anything, he's extending his lead at this stage. Lane number 3 is Warren Abbas swimmer Archie Goodburn will reach the turn in the lead. His split 4:03.62 as he turns for home. About 2.5 seconds ahead of Adam Wilson in 4, a little bit less ahead of Joel Thompson. That's the 1, 2, 3. Joel Thompson now distinctly in second place. Can he rein in Archie Goodburn in first? Going really, really quickly, Archie Goodburn. It doesn't look like he's going to be able to split this up into the final 10. He's led from the start. He's lasted all the way through to the bitter end. Goodburn wins it. Thompson in second, Wilson in third. Superb swim from Archie Goodburn. Can just confirm a disqualification as well in lane number 6. What a fine swim from Archie Goodburn there from Warren Abbas. 4:34 on the money. Big clench of the fist from one of the coaches down there. He's very, very happy. As well he might be. Time for our next final then, ladies and gentlemen. It's the men's 16 years, 400 metres individual medley final. In lane 0 from Chelsea and Westminster, Christy Moon. In 1 from City of Leeds, Miles Stirk. In 2 from Warren Abbas, Fraser Allison. In 3 from City of Milton Keynes, Max Murphy. In 4 from Hatfield, Nathan Hughes. In 5 from Maidenhead, Thomas Dean. In 6 from Thanet Swim, Max Jameson. In 7 from Sutton Cheam, Michael Rees. In 8 from Mount Kelly, Ben Harrison. And in 9 from the City of Leeds, Ewan Cohen. This is the men's 16 years, 400 metres individual medley final.
So here we are making an early good start on the near side. Is in lane 1, Miles Sturck from City of Leeds, well backed when the names were announced there. Also making a good start very early on in lane 6, Max Jameson of Thanet Swim, as is Nathan Hughes of Hatfield as well. Molly on Twitter said, good luck to Nathan Wells in your 400 metre individual medley final tonight. Smash it. And he's coming up next in the 17-18 year category. Lily says, well done to Jacob in that final. Chase through and through. And also Loughborough tweeting, but a great silver for Will in the 400 metre IM after a tough day. That is certainly not an understatement there from Loughborough Town. As we look back into the pool this evening, going into the second leg at the moment between in lane 6 Max Jameson of Thanet Swim, and in lane 4 we have Nathan Hughes of Hatfield in that distinctive pink cap, and in lane 1 with an equally distinctive cap is the yellow of City of Leeds and Miles Sturck. So those are the three to watch as we head to the halfway point of this second leg. But as ever, anything can change, especially at the moment with no one taking the lead or grabbing this race yet by the scruff of the neck. All pretty even Steven between the front three. And while that is the case, any one of them could win it. And City of Leeds also tweeting about Liam Birrell in that last race as well, finishing the 400 IM there in the 15-year category with a personal best. So well done to Liam in that race. And as the lights descend here in Ponds Forge, currently leading the way, Miles Sturck of City of Leeds onto the third leg, the breaststroke. This is where things could completely change. At the moment we have a 1-2-3 of Sturck in lane 1, Jameson lane 6, and in lane 4 Nathan Hughes of Hatfield, but that could all change as we're seeing right now. Charging down the middle, Nathan Hughes of Hatfield, really fancying himself here on the breaststroke leg, and he comes to the halfway point of it, overturning what he was in third. He's now in first, so that deficit between him and Miles Sturck has been completely banished there in the space of 50 metres. Also going strong lane 5, we haven't mentioned him yet, but he's coming on strong now for Maidenhead, Thomas Dean in the green cap, and he's left in his wake to his right hand side Max Jameson, who's really losing grip on this final on the breaststroke leg as the front two begin to soar away here in lanes 4 and 5. Nathan Hughes of Hatfield and Thomas Dean of Maidenhead. Looks like it's going to be a straight shootout between those two going into the final 100 metres, and holding a significant advantage going into it is Nathan Hughes of Hatfield. The race for third also hotting up as Miles Sturck of City of Leeds drops off the pace of the front two, but he's still in contention for a bronze medal here, level pegging with Max Jameson, who's in lane 6 for Thanet Swim, as we come on to the freestyle, and it's literally all out now for these swimmers. Some have had very grueling days competing in many swimming events, but this is the final bit they'll have to give tonight, and they're pushing it all the way as well. Going into the final 50 metres, Hatfield's Nathan Hughes being absolutely roared on here by the Pink Army, and to his right hand side Maidenhead's Thomas Dean as well. Two-horse race into the final 30 metres. Looks like it's Nathan Hughes to lose for Hatfield. Surely he has enough to hang on here. He's going to lead by a second, and it doesn't seem to be shrinking either despite Thomas Dean's best efforts for Maidenhead. We're into the final 15 metres. Nathan Hughes streaking clear here for Hatfield. It surely will be gold in the 400 IM for Nathan Hughes. Time of 4:27.24. In the end, 2.2 seconds ahead of Thomas Dean of Maidenhead, who had a very good last couple hundred metres. That the man in lane 5, and such an in third, just pipping Miles Sturck to the bronze medal, is Max Jameson of Thanet Swim. His time 4:34.87. He managed to just have enough left in the tank to peel away from the City of Leeds swimmer, who has to settle for fourth and misses out by just over a second a place on the podium. So just over halfway through then the 400 IM finals, and we've still got 2 to come. And some very fascinating ones coming up as well. It just seems to get bigger and better here in Ponds Forge tonight with these finals. And they certainly are compelling. Sarah Allen on Twitter saying, go Hayden Griffiths, dig deep and blitz it. And he certainly will be aiming to do that. And he's coming up in the final, but that'll be coming up after this next event.
Ladies and gentlemen, time for our next race. It's the men's 17-18 years, 400 meters individual medley final. In lane 0 from Millfield, Luke Robbins. In 1 from City of Leicester, Kieran Wheatley. In 2 from West Norfolk, Nathan Wells. In 3 from Doncaster Darts, Joe Litchfield. In 4 from Millfield, Brodie Williams. In 5 from First, Callum Laurie. In 6 from Taunton Dean, Jacob Greenow. In 7 from the City of Sunderland, Zach Logue. In 8 from Warren de Baths, George Clough. And in 9 from the City of Glasgow, Ryan Brown. This is the men's 17-18 years, 400 meters individual medley final. And away we go. 17-18 years final. Luke Robbins in 0, making a very good start. The Millfield swimmer. Also getting away really well in lane 3, Joe Litchfield from Doncaster Darts. Quickest in qualifying was Brodie Williams from Millfield, going through in a nice time of 4:28.05. Not far off, half a second quicker than his nearest contender, Callum Laurie. Joe Litchfield a little bit further back from that as well, but it looks like Joe Litchfield's been saving something here. Going along very tightly indeed. Also coming through in lane number 6, Taunton Dean's Jacob Greenow. As they hit the wall after the fly, it's Ryan Brown who got there first from the City of Glasgow, all the way over in lane number 9. Slowest qualifier in this event. First the touch after the fly. You can already see the race changing in the backstroke. And going really nicely in lane 4, Brodie Williams just starting to pick things up for Millfield. Been quite a good evening so far for Millfield. He's just skating through the water. That is Brodie Williams, looking very, very comfortable. Second currently is Jacob Greenow from Taunton Dean, not too far back. But Brodie Williams definitely has the lead, no doubt about that. In third, Joe Litchfield from Doncaster Darts.
So as we move on to the breaststroke leg, this race certainly taking a much more familiar complexion, with the front 3 bursting out in front, leaving the rest of the pool in their wake at the moment. Although there is a chasing pack of 3 trying to get in contention for a podium position. Ryan Brown on the far side of the City of Glasgow started very well in this race, seems to have dropped off the boil a wee bit though in the last leg or 2. Lane 7 as well, Zach Logue of City of Sunderland swimming strongly as well, trying to get into those top 3 places, as is Callum Laurie of First as well in lane 5. But all 3 of them at the moment struggling to catch the trio right at the head of the pool. Lane 6, Jacob Greenow. Lane 4, Brodie Williams. And in 3, Joe Litchfield of Doncaster Darts.
And as they come towards the end of the breaststroke, this is going to be a really, really good freestyle. I can feel it. Brody Williams going well in lane 4. Right up with him, Jacob Greenow, and also very much in the conversation, Joe Litchfield as well. And don't discount Callum Laurie in first as well. Just about in range to strike. There's the leading 4 as they head into the freestyle, getting a really good turn away. Jacob Greenow from Taunton Dean. Millfield's Brody Williams now just starting to motor. Joe Litchfield as well going with him. Callum Laurie might have left it too late for first. But the 3 leaders turn for home, and leading the way is Brody Williams from Millfield. Really impressive swim so far from Brody Williams, but here comes Joe Litchfield. Here comes Joe Litchfield in towards the final 25 metres, and the Doncaster dart swimmer has darted ahead of the rest of the field when it matters. Jacob Greenow has faded into third. He's not in contention anymore for first, and very much in contention is Joe Litchfield, who's just overtaken Brody Williams. Will he get the touch first? He certainly does. Joe Litchfield gets gold. It's silver for Brody Williams, bronze for Jacob Greenow.
Well, Joe Litchfield there epitomising exactly what this event is all about, putting the foot on the gas exactly when it mattered. He crept up inside of Brody Williams, and there's nothing the Millfield swimmer could do about it. Joe Litchfield really applying the pressure when it counted, and he gets gold for Doncaster Darts.
He certainly does. Very, very impressive final 100 metres from Joe Litchfield. He was very much in the conversation throughout the entire race. It looked like Brody Williams might have had it, but a wonderful turnaround in the final 50 in particular from Joe Litchfield.
Great to see as well in that race the City of Sheffield swimmers and coaches on the far side as well, giving support for a fellow South Yorkshire swimmer. And in the end, it paid dividends for Joe Litchfield as he managed to come first in that event. But as we say, still lots more to come, including the final of the men's 400 metre individual medley.
Time then for our next final. This is the men's 19 years and over 400 metres individual medley final. In lane 0 from Ellesmere College Titans, Hayden Griffiths. In 1 from Wickham District, Luke Thomas. In 2 from Geary, Joseph Miley. In 3 from City Manchester Aquatics, Thomas Payne. In 4 from Loughborough University, Fraser Miniken. In 5 from Geary, Alistair Miley. In 6 from Ealing, John Britton. In 7 from Loughborough University, Craig Munden. In 8 from Guildford, Rubens King. And in 9 from the City of Canterbury, Thomas Slater. This is the men's 19 years and over 400 metres individual medley final.
Plunging straight into the pool there with some real purpose in lane 3 with City of Manchester Aquatics' Thomas Payne. As was Loughborough University's Fraser Miniken as well in lane 4, as you'd expect, the favourite for this one. He qualified in a time that was 3.7 seconds quicker than Alistair Miley of Geary, who was his rival there in lane 5. So you certainly would expect Fraser Miniken to be the man to be in this one. So far, trying to force the early initiative on the fly is Thomas Payne of City of Manchester Aquatics. As the swimmers come to complete their first quarter there, pretty even between the front 6, has to be said, all across the middle lanes. Nothing really separating them at the moment. No one really making the inroads to stake their claim for a medal winning position at the moment. Still pretty tight. Also, not to be missed in lane 7, Craig Munden of Loughborough University. Certainly pushing his Loughborough teammate Fraser Minikin all the way in the early stages. And in lane 5, Alistair Miley of Geary as well, making sure the deficit, and just spoke about that in the heat times, is not to be replicated in this final. Doing his best at the moment to keep in touching distance of the two swimmers that are ahead of him. Fraser Minikin of Loughborough University in the second spot, and also Thomas Bain in lane 3, who's led from the start, and he still holds the slim advantage here for City of Manchester Aquatics. Now, we did touch on Craig Munden. He's currently level pegging at the moment with Joseph Miley of Geary in lane 2. So we do have the two Geary swimmers, the two Loughborough University swimmers, and also the one City of Manchester Aquatics swimmer who's leading the way at the moment in contention for a podium position in the pool as it stands. However, having said that, going into the breaststroke leg with a very strong spring off the wall there is Fraser Minikin of Loughborough University, who may, for the first time, have got his nose just in front of Tom Payne here. So the front two definitely starting to take shape as they pull away from the rest of the pool, but which one of the rest of them can make a claim for at least a bronze medal here? Looks as they're certainly making a mean fist of it at the moment. In lane 6 is John Britton of Ealing, someone we haven't mentioned as of yet, but he's really starting to turn it on as we come onto the breaststroke. Level pegging those front two. Fraser Minikin certainly has closed that slender gap that was between him and Tom Payne for the early part of this race. And just like Joe Litchfield in the last swim, making it count now as we get to the vital part of this final. Fraser Minikin looks as if going into the final 100 metres here is going to touch the wall with a slender advantage over Tom Payne. It could be enough to hold and perhaps expand going into the final 100. Lane 6, we've also got the challenge for the bronze medal here. And we said John Britton was breaking away from the rest of the pool. He's done an absolutely fantastic job of that, leaving everybody else in his wake at the moment. And his next job will be to try and close down that gap between him and Tom Payne in front of him. And certainly don't rule him out. The momentum he's got at the moment over the last 100 metres certainly makes him a contender for at least a silver here, but he's going to struggle for gold, as is Tom Payne, because Fraser Minikin seems to be absolutely running away with it at the moment. The gap's increased as we come in towards the last 25 metres now. What's Tom Payne got for City of Manchester Aquatics to try and catch the Loughborough University swimmer right down the heart of the pool? In the white cap is Fraser Minikin, whose time is looking very good indeed. He looks impressive in the heats. He's stepped it up another level coming into this final. And it's Fraser Minikin for Loughborough University that takes the goal. The time of 4:20.11 ahead of Tom Payne. It was never really in doubt, to be honest, for the Loughborough University swimmer. Tom Payne touched in a time of 4:22.91, and completing the fastest trio is John Britton of Ealing. His time 4:25.68. So they did well, John Britton, there in the second half of that race, to seem to come out of absolutely nowhere under the radar and sneak into the top 3 positions. Commanding stuff from him, but even better stuff from the gold medalist in that event. It was Fraser Minikin of Loughborough University.
So, ladies and gentlemen, a few medal ceremonies are coming up. But also, after that, our final 2 events, the relays. And we're so excited for the relay finals. I'm sure you are as well. Do stick with us. It should be spectacular. A few tweets coming in. Congratulations going to George Clough from Warren the Baths for his fantastic swim. Doncaster Darts congratulating their swimmer Joe Litchfield as well. Jenny Clark says, Nathan Wells, superb swim after a hard day. Winch Penguin saying well done to Pietro Forconi for his win. Sarah Allen says, go Hayden Griffiths, dig deep and blitz it. I'm sure he did just that. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's and women's multiclass 100-meter breaststroke. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Burt. The winners of the bronze medals. In the men's event, representing Swindon Dolphin, Craig Harris. In the women's event, representing Nova Centurion, Charlotte Henshaw. The winners of the silver medals. In the men's event, representing Warren de Baths, Scott Quinn. And in the women's event, representing Newcastle, Bethany Firth. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the men's event, representing Swansea Aquatics, Aaron Moores. And in the women's event, representing Worcester and the owner of a brand new world record, Rebecca Redfern. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 50-meter freestyle. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Burt. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Salisbury, Oniolua Taiwo. And in the 15 years category, representing Newcastle, Emily Large. And in the 16 years category, representing Bishop Stortford, Eleanor Phillip. The winners of the silver medals. In the 15 years category, representing Aquay Solis, Laura McNabb. And in the 16 years category, representing the City of Glasgow, Anna Fleming. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Team Ipswich, Mia Maspers. Also in the 13-14 years category, representing Team Ipswich, Amy Philpott. In the 15 years category, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Freya Anderson. And in the 16 years category, representing Woking, Anna Main. Ladies and gentlemen, your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 50-meter freestyle. Presentation will be made by ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 17-18 years category, representing City of Leicester, Emily Crane. In the 19 years and over category, representing City of Derby, Harriet Cooper. Also in the 19 years and over category, representing Chelsea and Westminster, Isabella Hindley. The winners of the silver medals. In the 17-18 years category, representing City of Sunderland, Freya Rayner. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Bath University, Anna Hopkin. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 17-18 years category, representing West Lothian, Gulsam Onal. And in the 19 years and over category, representing City of Manchester Aquatics, Rebecca Guy. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the men's 400 meters individual medley. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing City of Cardiff, Theo Sava. And in the 15 years category, representing Newcastle, Adam Wilson. The winners of the silver medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing the City of Leicester, William Bell. And in the 15 years category, representing Shivers, Joel Thompson. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 13-14 years category, representing Ellesmere College Titans, Charlie Hutchison. And in the 15 years category, representing Warren the Baths, Archie Goodburn. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. So congratulations once again to all our medal winners. Just 2 more events remain this evening, and we are really, really looking forward to them. It is the relays. They were fantastic earlier on this morning. We're really, really looking forward to the finals here this evening.
Yeah, Steve, I certainly know you've been highly anticipating the next 2 finals we're about to witness, and they should be absolutely superb as well. Sit tight, everybody. It's time for the women's 800-meter freestyle team events.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes to the poolside for the women's 14-16 years 800 meter freestyle team event final. In lane 0, Alicia Wilson, Eleanor Rickson, Sophia Wilson and Molly Robinson, Guildford City A. In 1, Eleanor Cohen, Lucy Wheeler, Caitlin McKay, Emilia Sampson, Wickham District. In 2, Alice Thickett, Madeline Dyer, Amy Bell, Kate Clifton, City of Sheffield. In 3, Elizabeth Harris, Emmy Rosen, Kira Henley, Megan Sheard, Stockport Metro. In 4, Tasmin Pugh, Anna Smale, Phoebe Griffiths, Freya Anderson, Ellesmere College Titans. In 5, Annalia Davison, Jane Brown, Sean Martin, Emily Large, Newcastle. In 6, Amber Mason, Sophie Halbert, Kira Schlossen, Leah Chris, City of Leeds. In 7, Daisy Anderson, Robin Moon, Eloise Clements, Maisie McCartney, Thanet Swim Club. In 8, Kaylee Decker, Georgina Dennis, Molly Francis, Athena Clayson, Mount Kelly. And in lane 9, Megan Byrne, Megan Davis, Annalise Carver Varela and Sophie Godfrey, Barnet Coptal. This is the women's 14-16 years 800 meters freestyle team event final. And away we go. Been waiting for this all day. The relay finals. Cannot wait for this one. Getting a good start in lane number 4 in particular. Ellesmere College Titans. They've got Tasmin Pugh on the opening leg. They were the quickest in qualifying. 8:24.03 was their time. About a second and a half quicker than the next quickest, which was Newcastle. They've got Annalia Davison on the opening leg for them in lane number 5. She's going pretty well. Very, very close at the end of the first 50 meters. Still a long, long way to go in these relays. There'll be a lot of noise, a lot of intensity, which is quite strange for 800 meters worth of swimming. Usually tends to be quite peaceful, quite placid in 800 meters. Not so when you stick a relay on it. Going really nicely in lane 3 as well. Stockport Metro, they're being led out by Elizabeth Harris on the opening leg. And the 3 leaders are Stockport Metro in 3, Ellesmere College in 4, Newcastle in 5. And Elizabeth Harris from Stockport just starting to stretch something of a lead. It's only small, but sometimes anything will do in the relay. Give your teammates something to defend, anything. You can see on the sidelines, no doubt, every single team with some form of representation, waving them on furiously as they pass them. Touching in first then is Elizabeth Harris from Stockport Metro with 50 to go of her leg. Tasmin Pugh not too far away from Ellesmere College Titans, neither to Annalia Davison of Newcastle. They're the leading 3. In 4th is Amber Mason from the City of Leeds. City of Sheffield not a million miles away. Alice Thickett on the opening leg for them. They're the leading 5, but in the lead at the handover, Stockport Metro, as Elizabeth Harris hands on over to Emma Rowson, and I hand over to Jonathan Bell.
So here we are, leading the way, still in lane 3, Emma Rawson of Stockport Metro, and what a fantastic first leg it was as well from Stockport Metro. Certainly leading the way at the moment, but it's awfully tight between them, and in lane 4, Ellesmere College's Anna Smale as well. To the left of them, lane 5, Jane Brown of Newcastle. So, as they touch at the quarter point of the second leg here, not much split in the front 3 at all. We were expecting, as the transmission of legs came over, that positions would start to be developed, but it's still awfully close between the front 3. As well, in lane 6, you've got Sophie Hobart of City of Leeds, and in lane 2 as well, Madeline Dyer, City of Sheffield. She's still in touching distance of at least the top 4 here, but of course, she'll be aiming to try and get into the top 3. So we get to the halfway point of this second leg, stroke for stroke, neck and neck, lane 4 and 5, Anna Smale of Ellesmere College Titans and Jane Brown of Newcastle in lane 5. It is Newcastle that are just leading the way at the moment by around half a length or so. Jane Brown has it at the moment. But Anna Smale of Ellesmere College Titans will certainly not go out without a fight. She's making sure she's doing the best she can. Even if she doesn't get first at the end of this leg, she wants to be as close as possible to Jane Brown and Newcastle, so that the next swimmer for Ellesmere College Titans is certainly within touching distance of the gold medal position. Meanwhile, lane 3, not to forget Stockport Metro, Emma Rowson, being well cheered on from the sideline by the Stockport Metro team on the far side, and it looks like it may be paying dividends here, as that gap seems to be closing between Emma Rowson and Anna Smale of Ellesmere College Titans, and as the gap does dwindle between those two, that gives Stockport Metro even more optimism going into the third leg that they could do something really serious in this final. But as we see Jane Brown pass over to Charles Martin of Newcastle, it is certainly those from the northeast who are the happiest at the moment. They lead the way going into the third leg.
They certainly do, and looking very, very strong indeed, the team of Newcastle. What a second leg that was from Jane Brown. Sean Martin with something to defend then in leg number 3. Not too far behind is Phoebe Griffiths from Ellesmere College Titans in 4. Kira Henley not a million miles back either for Stockport Metro in 3. City of Leeds and City of Sheffield with work to do in lane 6 and 2 respectively, Kira Schlosson and Amy Bell. But Newcastle have looked really strong all week, every single one of their swimmers. And Sean Martin going very, very well here. Towards the turn they go, the 100 metre mark. Sean Martin defending that lead that was given to it by Jane Brown. Phoebe Griffiths definitely trying to bite back. Can she manage it? She's got about 75 metres to do it. Swimmer's been roared on the sidelines. Proper atmosphere building in Ponds Forge. Wonderful to hear, wonderful to witness. Sean Martin heads towards the wall. And she's going to turn for home. In the lead, Newcastle, 5:41.94 the split. Ellesmere College Titans are coming. Phoebe Griffiths is coming. So too as well, City Leeds, keep an eye on them. Really good swim this by Kira Schlosson. She's gaining ground on Kira Henley for Stockport Metro. Leeds might end this leg in 3rd position. In they come then in towards the turn. Sean Martin will hand over to Emily Large. Phoebe Griffiths will hand over to Freya Anderson. That's the joker in the pack. Ellesmere College now hunt down Newcastle.
So an absolutely fascinating last 200 metres to come then. 2-horse race at the moment. You've got Emily Large in lane 5 of Newcastle leading the way, but the lead is not big enough to be comfortable with, because Freya Anderson of Ellesmere College Titans, been roared on by her coaches on this near side, is absolutely bearing down at the moment. And then in the race for bronze as well. Look at that, lane 6 and 3. You've got Leah Crisp of City of Leeds, and in lane 3, Megan Sheard of Stockport Metro as well. It's certainly a competition on the sideline as which team's the loudest, but it's also a fierce competition in the pool as well as to who will get the bronze. But as we look towards the front, Emily Large of Newcastle coming towards the halfway point of this leg, just leading by around half a length or so of Freya Anderson, who's really started to kick now as she comes onto the turn. We're into the final 100 metres. Newcastle still leading the way like they have done for much of this final, but Ellesmere College Titans are certainly in with a shout here going into the final 75 metres. What has Emily Large got left in the tank for Newcastle to ensure that the Tynesiders will be happy at the end of this final? But Freya Anderson is certainly not going down without a fight at all as we come towards the final 50 metres now. They'll turn off the wall coming towards the diving end, and just less than a second separating the two. Tremendous from Freya Anderson as she manages to close down this gap for Ellesmere College Titans. Will she able to do any more in the last 25 metres to overturn this race? This is absolutely why we love the women's 800 metre freestyle team event. You never know what's going to happen. And look at Freya Anderson for Ellesmere College Titans as she begins to kick in the last 10 metres. Right when it matters, it looked like Freya Anderson will do it. She certainly does. Gold goes to Ellesmere College Titans. A great team event as they just pipped Newcastle and Emily Large to the gold medal. Coming in for the bronze as well as City of Leeds and Leah Crisp. But Ellesmere College Titans, great team effort, but a lot of credit there owed to Freya Anderson. Superb stuff right at the last to overtake Emily Large and do it in what was an absolutely enthralling final, Steve.
Wow, wow, wow. Freya Anderson, my hat is off. What a phenomenal anchor leg from the Ellesmere College Titan. She was handed a lead to chase down, and she did it. And how? Emily Large gave absolutely everything to hold on to it and only lost it in the final 10 metres. So close for Newcastle, but huge congratulations to Ellesmere College Titans.
We do apologise to spectators, coaches and swimmers as well. Looking at the scoreboards for the split times, for the flickering that we do appear to be experiencing. It is a software issue and they are doing the best downstairs to sort it out and iron out any issues. So we do apologise for the scoreboard issues.
Time for our final race of the evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the women's 17 years and over 800 metres freestyle team event final. In lane 0, Kelsey Campbell, Rosie Rudin, Neve Fergie and Molly Wright. They are Nova Centurion. In 1, Catherine Stark, Megan Briggs, Kimberly McKay and Mary Swanson. They are Wonderbat. In 2, Courtney Price, Holly Shepherd, Melanie Hall and Eleanor Hatton, Royal Wolverhampton. In 3, Lucy McKenzie, Katie Matz, Anna Newlands and Holly Hibbert, Stockport Metro. In 4, Maya Westlake, Abby Houston, Darcy Deakin and Isabel Grant, City of Sheffield. In 5, Juliette Cassini, Anita McCartney, Laura Stevens and Jessica Jackson, Plymouth Leander. In 6, Rebecca Kamau, Abby Smith, Zoe Bozzard Hill and Isabel Griffiths, City of Birmingham. In 7, Chloe Hannon, Bethany Saunders, Leah Ruffin and Molly Allen, City of Peterborough. In 8, Natasha Gary, Nicole Ryan, Rachel Cox and Sophie Millen, Wickham District. And in lane 9, Lucy Bean, Georgia Smith, Katie Hodgson and Ella Windle, Guildford City. This is the women's 17 years and over 800 metres freestyle team event final.
So we're off and underway with the final event of this evening's session, the women's 17-year and over 800-metre freestyle team final. And if the previous finals get anything to go by, then we are certainly in for a treat here in Ponds Forge. Leading the way at the moment for Nova Centurion in lane 0 is Kelsey Campbell. She started pretty brightly on this near side, but it's even so far as I expect at this stage of this leg. Looking at the heat times as well, City of Sheffield absolutely blitzed their heat with a time of 8:17.88 earlier, and also Plymouth Leander didn't too bad in theirs either, 8:18.5 on the time for them. So it surely should, judging by the heat times, develop into a two-horse race down the middle between City of Sheffield and Plymouth Leander. But you never know what could happen in the final. It certainly is up for anybody to win this event. So looking at the split times at the moment there, currently leading the way in lane 7, Chloe Hannum of City of Peterborough, the only swimmer at the moment to be swimming under a minute with that split time there, but it's awfully tight between her and the centre of the pool, as well as coaches and teammates alike cheer on their respective teams to get the best advantage possible for the succeeding 3 swimmers in this final. Down the middle, Maya Westlake of City of Sheffield is trying to show exactly why the Steel City side was so impressive in the heat stages. But competition, stern competition at that, is certainly coming from her left at the moment, from Lucy McKenzie and Stockport Metro. So it's certainly one to keep an eye on, especially going into the next leg. And we haven't mentioned so far Juliet Cassini of Plymouth Leander in lane 5. She's certainly showing some good pace at the moment towards the back end of this first leg, but leading the way as we go into leg number 2, lane 4, City of Sheffield, Maya Westlake. She passes over to Abby Houston with a nice advantage at this early stage.
And leading the way in lane number 4, in their home pool, the City of Sheffield, looking strong with Abby Houston on the second leg. She's got Katie Matz to contend with, though, from Stockport Metro. And as anyone who's watched Katie Matz swim over the past year or so, she is a rapid quick, and she's already disintegrated that lead and almost turned it over to her own. Abby Houston, though, is certainly very quick in her own right, and she'll do her level best to hold off the challenger Katie Matz. Anita McCartney with work to do for Plymouth Leander, currently in 3rd, a little bit further back from the leading 2. Challenge for 3rd is coming from quite a few swimmers. Warren Bass going well with Megan Briggs in 1, Holly Shepherd going well for Royal Wolverhampton in 2, Abby Smith from the City of Birmingham in 6, not a million miles back, and going really nicely still in lane number 7. That's City of Peterborough, led out on this one by Bethany Saunders. But Katie Matz has turned over the advantage as we look at the leaders. She splits in first position, 3 minutes, 0.82. Not much, but a little bit ahead of Abby Houston. The blue cap of Stockport Metro is ahead. You can see every single Stockport Metro member waving her on the far side. Into the final 50 meters then, the 2 of them turn almost identical. In fact, there's only 1/100th of a second to separate them. Katie Matz is ahead, but by a fingernail. Abby Houston is coming straight back. Going to be a really, really good 3rd leg this. Darcy Deakin is waiting patiently for Sheffield, and Anna Newlands is waiting for Stockport Metro for the handover. These 2 lead. Abby Houston is marginally ahead of Katie Matz. What a leg this has been from Abby Houston. Really, really impressive as Darcy Deakin joins the water, and so too does Anna Newlands. And so too on the commentary does Jonathan Bell.
Well, the foundations have certainly been set here for an absolute classic finish to this final. City of Sheffield still leading the way. Darcy Deakin just ahead of Anna Newlands and Stockport Metro. Stockport Metro certainly saving their best for the final here. Their qualifying time was 6.5 seconds slower than City of Sheffield's, but at the moment you would not think that for a second here. Come to the quarter point of this 3rd leg, and Darcy Deakin still manages to maintain the advantage that Abby Houston just before her set for the Steel City side. In lane 3 though, Anna Newlands of Stockport Metro, not too far behind at all, and it's more or less as you were at the start of the leg as to how we are now. Meanwhile, look, a few metres back across the pool, and it's certainly hotting up for third as well. In lane 6 at the moment, Zoe Bossard-Hill of City of Birmingham. In lane 5 for Plymouth Leander, Laura Stevens, and in 2 for Royal Wolverhampton, Melanie Hall as well. They're all vying for at least a bronze medal in this one. It looks as if one of those three will have to settle for bronze, due to the fact that the two streaming down the centre of the pool at the moment, Darcy Deakin and Anna Lewlands of City of Sheffield and Stockport Metro respectively, are certainly not keen on giving up their lead at the moment, and still it's level pegging. Who is going to manage to find that little bit extra pace to try and break away from the other and claim gold in this final? It's certainly going to be up to the final swimmers in this one. Isabel Grant for City of Sheffield and Holly Hibbert for Stockport Metro as to who will bring home gold for either City of Sheffield or Stockport Metro. A battle between the roses, red against white. It's Sheffield against Stockport, awfully close going into the final 15, and Darcy Deakin did have a slight advantage for City of Sheffield going into this leg, but that seems to have disappeared. It's pretty neutral between Darcy Deakin and Anna Newlands, Sheffield and Stockport into the final leg.
Well, it doesn't get much closer than this. They are absolutely neck and neck, Sheffield and Stockport. This is going to be a fascinating anchor leg. Holly Hibbert for Stockport Metro goes against Isabel Grant for the City of Sheffield. Battle for third is really good as well. Plymouth Leander being led out on the anchor by Jessica Jackson. In the pool in lane number 2 for Royal Wolverhampton, that's Eleanor Hatton. Those two going for third place. No doubt who's going to be 1 and 2. It's going to be either Holly Hibbert from Stockport Metro or Isabel Grant from the City of Sheffield. These two teams have been neck and neck on every single leg. But Holly Hibbert right now is just trying to change that, trying to extend something of a lead, give herself a cushion as she heads into the final 100 metres. She leads by about a length now at the turn. Holly Hibbert already had a gold medal round her neck earlier on this evening. She'll be looking to add another one with her teammates from Stockport Metro. Isabel Grant with work to do. 7:07.63 was the split. Isabel Grant now a second back, that's about a length. And Holly Hibbert now looks like she's in control as she heads towards the final turn in the final leg of the freestyle team event final. So then Holly Hibbert with 50 metres separating her and her Stockport Metro teammates from gold here in the 800 metres freestyle team event. 7:38.77 is the split. The lead is now 2.5 seconds. Holly Hibbert surely now has this locked down for Stockport Metro. Her teammates are eagerly awaiting her in lane number 3. Give her a drum roll as she comes in underneath the final 15 metres. It's going to be Stockport Metro. Holly Hibbert has led them home superbly. It's gold for Stockport. Silver for Sheffield, and beautifully done by Isabel Grant. 8:13.29 the final time. And it's bronze for Plymouth Leander. Jessica Jackson leading them home superbly for bronze. But how about that from Holly Hibbert for Stockport Metro on the anchor leg, and boy did she deliver.
Yeah, certainly, Steve. Hats off to Freya Anderson in the last race, and certainly hats off to Holly Hibbert in this one as well. Superb on the anchor leg to bring it home for Ellesmere College Titans when it looked so close at the start of that final leg. We thought it'd go right down to the wire, but she managed to give herself a sufficient enough gap going into the final 50 to claim gold for Ellesmere College Titans.
Absolutely superb swims. Huge entertainment. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I love a relay. Do stick with us, ladies and gents. We'll be having the medal ceremonies very, very shortly. Men's 400 IM and both the relays will be having their medal ceremonies very, very shortly. So do stick with us. Do show the swimmers the credit that they have earned after a brilliant evening's of swimming. And we're still taking your tweets. Hashtag SummerChamps16. Let us know what you thought of the evening's action. It's been pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, it's been absolutely outstanding, Steve, and I can see now why you're such a big fan Well, the 800 metre freestyle team event, it certainly showed it off there. A fantastic advertisement for that discipline. As we look on Twitter as well, City of Sheffield tweeting, great job by the 14-16 girls earlier on. 4 seconds improvement on heat, coming 5th, and lots more as well, especially from Ali for Doncaster Darts and Joe Litchfield.
Time then for our first medal ceremony, ladies and gentlemen. The ceremony for the men's 400 metres individual medley. The medals will be presented by ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. In the 16 years category, representing Thanet Swim, Max Jameson. In the 17-18 years category, representing Taunton Dean, Jacob Greenow. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Ealing, John Britton. The winners of the silver medals. In the 16 years category, representing Maidenhead, Thomas Dean. In the 17-18 years category, representing Millfield, Brodie Williams. And in the 19 years and over category, representing the City of Manchester Aquatics, Thomas Payne. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. In the 16 years category, representing Hatfield, Nathan Hughes. In the 17-18 years category, representing Doncaster Darts, Joe Litchfield. And in the 19 years and over category, representing Loughborough University, Fraser Miniken. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 4x200 freestyle team event, 14 and 16 years. Making the presentations, ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals, Amber Mason, Sophie Hobber, Kira Schlossen and Leah Crisp, the City of Leeds. The winners of the silver medals. Annalia Davison, Jane Brown, Sian Martin and Emily Large, Newcastle. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. Tasmin Pugh, Anna Smale, Phoebe Griffiths and Freya Anderson, Ellesmere College Titans. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your medal winners. Ladies and gentlemen, the medal ceremony for the women's 4x200 metres freestyle team, 17 years and over. Making the presentations, ASA President John Bird. The winners of the bronze medals. Juliet Cassini, Anita McCartney, Laura Stevens, and Jessica Jackson, Plymouth Leander. The winners of the silver medals. Maya Westlake, Abby Houston, Darcy Deakin, and Isabel Grant, City of Sheffield. The winners of the British Swimming Summer Championships 2016 gold medals. Lucy McKenzie, Katie Matz, Anna Newlands, and Holly Hibbert, Stockport Metro. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for your medal winners. So that's it for us this evening. Thank you very much to our swimmers and our spectators. But one more group of people to thank, that is our officials. Thank you very much, ladies and gents. You may now leave the poolside.